more than you would ask. Despite all that has been done, your best is yet to come. Oh, and you're that will be. Hello, hey guys. Yeah, your ladder will be greater. Yes. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Boost Your Self-Confidence webinar Reloaded. Yeah. I say reloaded because we had the live webinar last week and I didn't have a recording. And so I made a promise to myself that I was going to send out a video of the session that we had so that everyone else can participate. And so, yay! So we're going to be looking at 7 practical tips and exercises guaranteed to boost your self-confidence. Today is a new day. Just like my song said, everything is possible. You can have a clean slate. You can start all over. Today is a new day. So, what is self-esteem? You will be wondering why the headline says boost your self-confidence, and now we're looking at what is self-esteem. Are they the same? Are they different? What's going on here? Self-esteem is what goes on the inside of an individual, how you see yourself on the inside. That is just the basic definition of your self-esteem. But how you see yourself on the inside will reflect in how you carry yourself on the outside, and that's where self-confidence comes in. So self-confidence is the outward manifestation of what's inside, is the outward reflection of who's inside, is the outward result of what's actually going on inside. Is what people see on the outside and what you show on the outside. So, but in dealing with it, in helping you boost it, we have to deal with what is on the inside, and so that you can manifest from inside out. You can be full from inside out. Looking at this picture, I really loved it because it captured the whole essence of what low self-esteem it talks about. In self-esteem, people forget that it's really not about how other people see you, but it's how you see yourself. Look at the girl in our picture. Her first thought is that, oh, there's somebody else looking at her and pointing and jeering at her and saying, oh, you're so bad, you're so ugly, you're this, you have stripes, you have marks, you're not smart. And she's feeling sad, she's depressed because of what other people are saying about her. Maybe to her hearing, maybe not to her hearing. But in reality, it's how she sees herself. It's how you see yourself. So it's what you tell yourself on your inside. When you're all alone, when you look in the mirror first thing in the morning, what you say to yourself, how you think about yourself, that is your self-esteem. That is the basis of a self-esteem. It's not about what any other person says. It's not about what your friends or family or your important people, teachers or so, what they think about you. Is really how you think about yourself. And so self-esteem, you could either have a healthy self-esteem or you could have a low self-esteem. A healthy self-esteem is the self-esteem that comes across whereby you see people who believe in themselves. People with healthy self-esteem, they believe. Like you see this picture, it has gone around the internet. I don't know for how long now, but I find it really amazing because the cat sees himself as a big lion, a big male lion. He's huge. He fills the mirror. He covers it all, And so it's really very important for us to know that that is a sign of a healthy self-esteem. It won't matter what anybody says to this cat. This cat is secure in knowing that, look, I am a lion. I don't know what you're saying about me. I don't care what you think about me, but I am a lion. And so this cat will be going to places that other things would not even dare to, just because of how he sees himself. On the other side, we have a picture of a little girl. I think it's a girl. I think it's a girl. And so she's all, oh, I must not make a mistake. I'm not good enough. I can't do it. Oh, people will not like me. I must be perfect. Oh, I'm not nice. Oh, all those kind of whining things. And so if you have low self-esteem, these are the kind of things, how to even know people that have low self-esteem. They're always depressed, they're always anxious, they cannot accept compliments. You tell someone that has low self-esteem, oh, hi, I like your shirt. They'll be like, oh, are you sure? I wasn't really comfortable with this color. Are you sure it's really nice? Or you say, oh, you're really so smart. They'll be like, oh, are you sure? Oh, I'm so hard. I don't think I am. I should have said this. I should have said that. They can't take a compliment. They can just say, oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And so inability to accept compliments, look, it's not humility here. It means you really don't think much about yourself, and that's the truth. And then people with low self-esteem, they have exaggerated concern over what people will think about them. What would these people say? What will that person say? Oh, how will I look to other people? Excuse me, it's your life first. They are reluctant to take on challenges. They just feel, look, I can't do it. No, I can't do it. It's not for people like me. I can't do it. I can't do it. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so but people on the other hand who have a healthy self-esteem, they can, when they walk into a room, they make eye contact. They are usually the first to say hello. They can walk up to a stranger and say, hello, how are you doing? My name is Ruth. They are open and friendly. They are optimistic. When they embark on new challenges, they are optimistic about the outcomes, and then they put all of their efforts into making sure that what they envisage, the outcome that they have, it's what would come. And so it really plays out. You see it every day, because there's a research that came up, and then Dr. Joe Robinson said that 85% of the world's population today suffer from low self-esteem. Ouch. 85%. That's like 4 people out of 5 people suffer from one form of self-esteem issue or the other. That you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, and then 4 people out of those 5 have self-esteem issues. And so it is a very, very crucial matter that we really need to look at. And so a lot of people may hide it behind makeup, behind loud things, nice pictures and stuff, but there is a lot going on. And so yeah, exactly, this picture just shows you what's going on here. See the other guy in the background, he's laughing, he's engaging with people, and then this girl is just all by herself, depressed, worried. You find people with self-esteem issues, they worry about they don't have enough friends, people don't like them, people don't come around them, they're not friendly. And so it's not hard to know, it's not hard to see why that is, because people really don't gravitate towards unhappy people. People like to be around people who make them happy. And so the first tip we would really consider in boosting our self-confidence is to turn off the TV. This is so very important. Turn off the TV. The man has he has chains on his leg, you know, he's tied to his television, he's reading the papers, but there is a cage. He's like in a mental prison. The media has overhyped the social images, perfect way things should go, the perfect life. Reality TV is flooded with how things should run, how families should go, where, when and where they should go for vacation. And so you're just sitting down on your couch watching other people tell you stories, because most of the time it's not real. They act these things to keep people's attention, and so you begin to compare yourself with the people you follow on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and then you now try to live up to their standards. Like someone said, the Joneses are broke right now, so there's no point trying to live up to the Joneses. You watch TV, and then the images you see on TV are such that are depressing. For example, a stay-home mom, she just had a baby and then she hasn't been able to lose all the weight. She's losing some, but she hasn't totally done that. And then you see these fabulous images of women on the internet. They have done in 3-4 months, they are back to their pre-pregnancy weight. Oh my god. And you're like, oh, miserable me, how am I going to do this now? And then you wear your clothes, they don't fit, and you just feel sorry for yourself. That is not the way to go. The first thing you need to do is turn off the TV. Put down the tablet, put down your phones, or change the channel, but live your life. They have their life to live and you have yours. The time you would have spent looking at the TV and wishing you were the one in that beautiful house or in that beautiful car, you would have used it to make significant improvements, either in you exercising or doing a business venture or even reading a book. You know, just reading a book is enough. Just reading a book is enough to increase whatever it is that you have on your inside. And so you really have to know that the TVs is not the only way where which you can get inspiration, that you can even be entertained. Step outside, engage nature, you know, take a walk. And then, because by the time you're always sitting down on the couch, you see these images, they form a stereotype in your mind, and then you just tell yourself that, oh, I really have to do this, I really have to do that, and you're addicted. So turn off the TV and do something else. Read a book. Books are wonderful. Books will really, it will increase your knowledge. And instead of watching TV, if you read a book, you've gained knowledge. No knowledge gained is wasted, you know. And so you can be able to engage in intelligent conversation. And so if you walk into a room and they're talking about something, because you have developed an attitude of reading books, you'll be able to contribute. And then people just find, oh, the girl, she's smart. Yeah, she's smart because she turned up the TV at some point to pick up a book. And so please, please, please do yourself a favor and read a book. Turn off the TV. The second tip is get to know you. The philosopher Socrates said, know thyself. And it is very, very important for you to know yourself. And how do you do this? Just start listening to your thoughts. When you wake up in the morning, you just write down maybe the first couple of things that's come into your mind. Or you could write a journal, or just say, okay, maybe I'm writing about the next 21 days, everything that happens to me, how I reacted, what I should have done instead, and just get to converse with yourself. Putting it down on paper will bring real clarity to you. And so you analyze those thoughts and say, okay, this thing I'm thinking about myself, why do I think that? You know, question every thought, question it, and then understand the things you're good at and the things that you are not so good at. Because look, we all have our strengths and our weaknesses. And so if I just feel that, okay, this person doesn't have his strength or this person doesn't have her weakness, it's a fallacy, because even the people you admire have some parts of their life that they wish they could do better. That's why we're human beings. And so the earlier you understand yourself and know what your strengths are, you could even write them down and say, okay, I'm a better chef than a better cleaner, or I can work do things with my hands. I'm very artistic, but I'm not really very academic. So that when people begin to, even some people can come up to you and say, oh, why are you not as good as so 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 and so, you could say, oh yes, I'm not as good as she is in that particular thing, but I am good at this. Say for example, in school, someone would not tell you, oh, why are you not good in maths? You say, I'm not good in maths. Yeah, but I'm very good in French. And so you will really not look down on yourself for not being good at math, because you are good at something else. But if you don't know what you're good at, it will be very tempting for you to wallow in self-pity and say, oh my god, everybody knows maths and I don't know maths, I'm not good at maths. And so it's important for you to know yourself, know the things you're great at and the things you're not so great at, so that you can either improve on them and celebrate your strengths, because it's very important for you to celebrate your strengths. And I really hope so. How are we doing now? Yeah. Yeah, so we talked about the first one. We had that you should turn on the TV, get to know you, and then now we're in Photoshop your mind. This picture is hilarious. When I saw this picture, it just stood out like, okay, I have to have this picture. Photoshop your mind. For those that don't know, Photoshop is the magic wand of graphic designers. They go on Photoshop, they take an image, and then they create whatever thing they want to do. Like, see Hulk Hogan. Shit, it's Hulk Hogan now. Yes, Hulk Hogan. His beard has been turned into four faces or so. Four faces. And it's funny. It's funny because he obviously doesn't look like that. But the graphic designer that did this graph image has made it that this is how it will look. It doesn't look like a painting. It looks like it was an image taking, but it is not real. But the idea is the ability of the graphic designer to tweak whatever features he wants and then present it as a final figure. And so that is exactly what we're going to be doing to your mind. You need to figure out why you see yourself the way you see it, and then find a way to fix it. So what I mean is, you need to, when you close your eyes and think about yourself, the mental picture that appears in your mind about yourself, you then begin to doctor it. If it's about your weight, you doctor it and shrink the weight, shrink all the belly fat and everything, and let it drop. If it's whatever, if it's about your intellect, you just have the mental picture that you want of yourself, the final destination. Like if they said, if everything was possible, who would you be? That mental picture, you just take it and fix it in your mind, and so that you condition your mind to think of yourself in that light, so that when you think about yourself and then you do something that is not so great, your tendency, oh, I've done it again, I really can't get this right, you just immediately snap back and tell yourself, no, I am gorgeous, I'm smart, I'm intelligent, I'm riding on the top of my class, I'm a high flyer, I'm a go-getter, I'm a success. So photoshopping your mind is very crucial, because as the man thinketh in his heart, so is he. You cannot go beyond what you think about yourself. And so there is nothing about your success, there is nothing about your failure, there's nothing about your marriage or relationship that doesn't stem from your mind. If I begin this whole mind thing, I would take all day. But the basic thing is you need to work on your mind. Replace the negative thoughts with positive ones. Think about yourself in positive language. You don't add negations to it and then say, oh, I'm not smart. Your brain will not take the I'm not smart. It will just take the fact that you are not up to par, and you begin to walk in that light. So it's not about, they say, faking it till you make it. It's not really about faking it, but it's about believing it. You're not faking it, you believe it. So even if nobody believes it around you, it is important for you that you believe it yourself, because when you believe it, it will surely come to pass. When you believe it and you work on it and work on your mind, it is only natural that things will begin to fall into place. I really hope we're getting something out of this. We're really getting something out of it. Be prepared, not scared. This is something that affects us, say in the workplace, or let me use the example of someone writing an exam. So your self-confidence in an exam that you have prepared for will be very high. You enter that exam, you just be like, okay, give me the papers, give me the answer script, and then you begin to write. But if you have not prepared for an exam and they just say, the exam that I was supposed to be holding next week Tuesday has been moved to this week Friday, if you haven't been preparing, or maybe it has been moved to tomorrow and you haven't done any preparations, you begin to hurry over the place. Your self-confidence in entering that exam is already zero. Or let's say a presentation, you're a businessman, you're going to do a presentation before a client and you haven't prepared. Maybe you were just called upon impromptu, the person to do it had to go on a sick leave, and then just said, oh, come and do your presentation, and you've not read through the material, you've not done anything, you go there and you are depending on the slides that the other person has prepared. If for any something, from one reason or the other, maybe the laptop doesn't accept your flash or something, and the presentation doesn't come on live and you can't present, your self-confidence will be, if there's anything less than zero, that's where it will be. So, but if you have prepared yourself, if you have done your research, if you have read materials, you've even practiced. Look, public speaking is even about preparation. You practice even in front of your mirror, you stand, you talk to yourself, you say, okay, this is how I'm going to say it, this is how I'm going to do this. There is a lot of preparation to be done. Even if you are saying, okay, I'm not doing any exam, or I'm not doing any presentation. Even if you're going to propose to propose to maybe your girlfriend, and then you want to ask her to be your wife, you will prepare yourself. You won't just go there and be stuttering. You prepare yourself. Even, and I hear some guys even go and meet their fellow guys and ask them for tips. It's all about being prepared, so that you have your self-confidence indicator, it's hitting 10, so that when you go there, you stand before whoever it is, you are very confident. Lack of preparation is what causes failure. And so when you haven't prepared, you are setting yourself up for failure. And so you should ask questions, ask relevant questions. If you're having a task to do and you really don't know how, you have time to learn how to do it. You don't have you shouldn't be thinking, oh, I can't do it and there's nothing I can do about it. No, you can't do it, then ask, then learn. With Google today, nobody really has any excuse. So if there's anything you don't know, there's anything you don't understand, seek information. Be prepared. When you're prepared and with the mindset that we talked about earlier in photoshopping your mind, when you have the right mindset and then you have done your preparation, there is no stopping you. Like you are unstoppable, simply unstoppable. Yeah, so start small. I love this picture. Yeah, 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 yeah. Don't blame me. It has a baby in it. It has a baby in it. It's so great. So even when you have done your Photoshop of your mind and you have prepared, it's important for you in building your self confidence that you start small. Why do I say that? It's easier for you to reach and accomplish smaller goals than to set a very big audacious goal and then you don't meet it. Part of what causes low self-esteem and low self-confidence is the fact that people don't have that, people are not happy with themselves, they don't approve of themselves because they have failed in time past, and so they are not sure if they would not fail again. But when you start small, when you break down your goals and make them measurable and start have smaller goals at the first time, it will help you. When you pass it, you look back and then you're encouraged by the fact that, oh, I did that yesterday, I tried that yesterday and I did it and I was able to accomplish it. And then you move on to your bigger goals much on a higher level. The baby in the picture right now, if the baby had said, okay, I'll stand at the foot of the stairs and stretch my leg all the way up, the baby would not go anywhere. Chances are that the baby will even fall and roll back down the stairs. But but I tell you, before you know it, this baby will crawl up these stairs and get to the last, last step on the staircase. So it doesn't really matter if you run or you walk, but you really should be moving. Start small. There is no hard and fast rule about um, goals and everything. They say, okay, many people with low self-esteem, they are afraid to try on new challenges. Even if you have, let's say you have a weight loss goal of 30 kg in 1 year, it's going to be very daring of you to say you were going to lose all that weight in 2 weeks. Even if someone had done it before, it's easier if you say, okay, you give yourself a space of 6 weeks and then you break it down. You're supposed to lose 30 kg in 6 weeks. That means you should lose 5 kg per week. 5 kg per week means that you should lose at least 1 kg, 1.5 kg per week. That's 5 kg per month and then 1.5 kg per week. You break it down per day. And so by the end of the day, you say, okay, that means, look, this week I'm losing 1 kg or two, let's say 2 kg. I'm losing 2 kg by the end of this week. And you work towards it. By the time you've done for the first week, you can now celebrate yourself and say, wow, you give yourself a pat on the back that I did well. I have done it. But if you start, you need to, it doesn't mean that you should think small. You should think big, but start small so that you can give yourself room to grow into bigger things. Yeah. So this is, we've done all the things about the mind and then your work ethic and work mindset. But this is something different now. Lending a hand. How does lending a hand help you boost your self-confidence? It's very simple. When you obey the golden rule, you start to feel good about yourself. What's the golden rule, by the way? The golden rule is do unto others what you want others to do unto you. Most times we always want the other person to be nice to us. The other person should understand us. The other person should at least give us a second chance. But do you do that? Do you give people second chances? Are you nice to people? Are you forgiving? Are you compassionate? And so when you lend a hand, when you're kind to people, especially to people who really can't pay you back. For instance, if you're walking along the road and then you see two children trying to cross to the other side of the road, obviously they won't have money to pay you. So but if you just decide to stop and say, oh, you hold their hands and help them cross, and then just tell you thank you would feel a sense of fulfillment. There's going to be a joy that would come into your heart the moment you perform an act of kindness. I don't know how it happens, but I've had an experience of it, and I'm sure you would have too. And so it's very important that you carry out that act of kindness. You lend a hand. You show people that you're kind. You show people that you're worthy of, that they are worthy of your attention, because someone may just be waiting for you to say hello. Someone may just be waiting for you to say, oh, that was nice. Paying people compliments shouldn't take anything off of you. Even if you work in an establishment, how you treat the staff, the domestic staff, the service cleaners, the security guards, look, it's is treating them like human beings is even enough. Some people treat these workers like they are less than human. They treat them as if because we're the ogas, we're the ones that wear suits and coats and come to work, you come and clean, and so they are beneath you. No, that's not supposed to be the attitude. So but when you treat people with kindness, when you're kind to people, people tend to reciprocate that to you. And it may not, you see, it's not really like you should go about looking for who to be kind to so that the person will be kind to you. No, just living a life of kindness would bring kindness back to you. And then just for the sake of being happy, if you look at other people, there are people who don't have what you have. There are people who are in need, and so what you're even complaining about, they even want it. And so it's not just about giving money. You could give your time, you could give your smile. For example, the elderly people around you, those people, they don't want your money, they don't even want you to give them anything. Even if you just, for you to just call them and say, hello grandma, I was thinking of you, are you fine? That's just what keeps them happy. That's why even if you just go there and sit down and listen to them, they will just, even you, they will obviously, the stories they will tell you, they've told you 20 times over, but it will still mean a lot to them that you took out your time to come listen to them. And so it's very important that we understand how these things work. And the thing is, if you do something for somebody and forget yourself in that instant, you feel good, you feel better. Because look, the world doesn't revolve around you. People don't hear what you say. People will not remember you for what you say, or how many cars you've had, or how nice your English was. People will remember you for how you made them feel. And so it's for you to even have that self-confidence. It's not a matter of arrogance or pride now, but doing a genuine act of kindness because you value the next person, because you care for the next person, is really, really very important. And so I will want to stress it. See, our bumblebee is saying be kind. So you can be kind. It's not just in giving. You can be kind. Smart. You can be kind. Give a helping hand to somebody. Pay compliments. Give off your time. Be nice on the internet. You see some comments that people make about others. Somebody puts up a picture. If you don't have anything nice to say, walk on. It's not compulsory that you leave a comment. And when people leave comments that are heartbreaking, and then you feel, must you be so mean? Must you be so mean? So it's not, it just shows us the state of your heart. If you cannot be kind to somebody else, that means you can't be even kind to yourself, and you're a mean person on the inside. And so please, let if you want to get more confidence, you have to learn to give out compliments, give out help, give out kindness, live a life of kindness. I hope we're learning, getting something out of this. Yeah, smile. This is our last but not the least smile. I really love this because it has a happy face in it. And I read somewhere in a book that the man said if you're walking something that something that gives him confidence booster each day. He walks on the road and then he smiles at three people randomly. He just looks in their eyes and he smiles. And surprisingly, they smile back. You can try it. Most time people will smile back unless they really have issues or they are really sad that day. But even if you have a total stranger walking to walking towards you and is smiling, you will just instinctively smile and be like, okay, yes, so why are you smiling? So nobody rejects a smile. So don't be stingy with your smile. Give it. Give smiles. Give smiles. Have that cheerful. People like happy people. People don't like people who carry the weight of the whole world on their shoulders, and when you come into their environment it's like, man, I can't wait to get out of here. There are some people that when they are talking to you, you're already looking at your wristwatch and counting the time that please this person should round up this talk. But when you see people who are happy, who are optimistic, who have a lot of positive energy around them, people want to be around them. People want to have that for themselves. Because look, our our lives are contagious, spirits are contagious. So when you smile, when you give out positivity, it comes back to you. It comes back to you, and then people just know you for something good. You may not have things to give it, but people will just say, ah no, that's that girl, she's always laughing, or that guy, oh he's fun to be around. It's not that you would be the chatterbox of the room, or you'll be going all about jumping all over the place. Even an introvert, when you smile, people are happy to be around you. People will say, ah, she doesn't really talk much, but she's nice. That's what people will interpret it to be. So your smiling would even give other people reason to smile. So it's not just about being your self-esteem, and your self-confidence isn't really about blowing your own horn or going about saying I'm this, I'm that. It's more about learning to like and respect yourself. You know you have flaws, you know you have faults, yeah, but that's not all about you. You know that you still have some very great things about you, and you celebrate it. You're not afraid to show that part to the world. You're not afraid to even make a positive change in the next person because you are secure in your own self. And so these 7 great tips, turn off the TV, get to know you, photoshopping your mind, being prepared, start small, lending a hand, and smiling are the practical steps, 7 practical steps in giving your self-confidence a boost, or would I say a super boost, because it is really very important. Now, this is the bonus tip. We enjoyed it last week and it was really great. The lady there says, I like me, I'm glad I'm me, there's no one else I'd rather be. And so I want you watching to repeat this to yourself. I like me, I'm glad I'm me, there's no one else I'd rather be. Yes, so when you look at yourself and you're happy with yourself, what's and all, you you're secure in yourself. Look, there's no confidence booster greater than that. You appreciate yourself. And so this leads us to the challenge. You know, it's time to appreciate yourself. You see the people dancing, yay! It's gonna be a challenge, and so you need to write out for 7 days. You would write out one thing about yourself that you like about yourself, and you write hashtag I love me and tag me on Twitter or on Facebook. Twitter and Facebook here. And so you say, I have an infectious laughter plus I love me at Ruth Zubero. You could, or the next day you could say, I like my hair, or you could say, I like my height. Yeah, something about you that you like about yourself. Put it out and then appreciate yourself. For those who would complete the challenge, 7-day challenge, you will get the first three. Not everybody now, the first three. So time to go. The first three people who would complete the challenge will be getting to spend the next 90 days with me in a coaching session for boosting their self-confidence. Sometimes you really need someone to talk to trace where it went wrong and then how to go further. Maybe just want someone to check up on you and say, how you doing? Are you okay? Yeah. And so boosting your self-confidence is really, really so worth it. So let's remember the challenge is to celebrate yourself. I like me. Why you like you, that's what it is you're celebrating about yourself. And then there is going to be a winner in this thing. Yeah. And so you get to win a coaching session with me to understand how to boost your self-confidence. This is very important because your self-confidence affects your relationship, your self-confidence affects your career and your business. So whatever facet of life you're in, your self-confidence is at the center of it. And so if you haven't gotten your self-confidence right, then my dear, so many other things are going to be shortchanged because of that. And so I really hope to see your entries but if you want to send me a mail or contact me for some of the thing, you send me a mail at ruth@shescomplete.com or visit us on the blog shescomplete.com. Leave a comment, on the articles, and there is a book coming up soon and I can't wait for it to come up, and I'm sure you can too. It's been a wonderful time sharing with you, and I really hope to catch you next time. The live webinar will be coming up right soon, and so we're going to be having experts come up to share their stories and tell us how we can get our self-confidence back, how we can boost it and give it a super duper boost. So if you have questions, if you have comments, please leave me a message. I will be glad to hear from you. So once again, my name is Ruth Zubairu. I'm a mindset empowerment coach, and I love to inspire women to becoming the best they can be, spirit, soul, and body. Thank you so much for spending time with me. God bless you.